We believe the narrative of being a woman who is her own boss is a special type of journey that deserves more visibility in today's society. The problems and struggles we face can and should be faced together. We found each other through our shared journeys that resilience is the only answer to fulfilling dreams and callings on our lives. FlyGirls is an intimate look into the creative hustle through the stories of women who are dope, determined, optimistic, passionate, energized. We decided to share the power of creativity to empower the world and ourselves. It's time for you to join us. Find a community dedicated to helping you embrace your dopeness. You deserve the right to dream big, design your success, and trust your passion. Welcome. You are the pilot of your own destiny. You are a fly girl, and you believe in what you dream. Hello, everyone. I am your pilot, S.LadyBug, and thank you so much for tuning in yet another episode of FlyGirls, where we are taking a dive into the intimate lives of creative hustle of women who are beautiful, educated, spirited, successful, and independent. And today, I will be co-piloting it up with the beautiful Teirra Ward. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. A little nervous, but excited. It's always good.
So just to do a quick dive in, so all of our audience who are watching know who you are, tell us your name, where you're from.
My name is Teirra Ward. I'm from the Bay Area, the East Bay, Antioch, California, and I'm a luxury real estate agent.
Cool.
And a single mother of one.
Okay. Ooh, okay. We're going to dive into this story because I'm sure the ones who are listening in and just watching are curious to know, how do you do it? You are a luxury real estate agent and a mommy.
Yes.
And society says that shouldn't even happen, but you are successful at doing so. So what are some of the things or events that led to your discovery that you wanted to go on this journey of creative entrepreneurship?
I think honestly, like my daughter, she's my biggest why.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been able to find success easily in my life just because of the standards that my parents set for me. Like I was always really good in track and field.
Mm-hmm.
I always kept really high grades. I went to private school my whole life. And so those standards have always stuck with me. But I noticed like after college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I got a part-time job in just retail. I worked at BCBG. I was into fashion, so that was okay. But when I noticed I was more qualified than my manager, it just didn't really make sense to me.
Right.
And so I'm the middle child of 3. I have an older brother, TJ, he's in the NFL, and a younger brother, Teron, who's in the NFL. So during that time, I was more so caught up in their success versus my own. And then when I finally realized that, and I realized, my daughter was dependent on me, I had to start putting my skills and talents to play for her and for myself. Mm-hmm. So that's what really, I think, kind of got me to take a step back and realize that, I needed to make some changes and to prioritize myself and my daughter first. And that's when I started to study for my real estate test, got licensed. I sold some homes that weren't quite luxury, but I gained experience. But my target client is definitely like athletes, entertainers, CEOs, because that's who I'm around all the time.
And they're the ones who have the money to do so.
Right. And I'm just eating and breaking bread with these level of people and bringing no value. So I'm like, how can I bring value? So that's when I got licensed and I started selling real estate.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that have been kind of like your top tips of this journey of just transitioning? Because, you literally have gone through a lot right now. As far as like your story, you telling me that you graduated from college, like most of us, didn't go into our career goals based on what our studies were.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2 older brother and a younger brother who have like, book, like success. And you got to see that and you're like sitting in this space, and then your mom, and then you're all like, just tell us some of the things that has been like, where you can share with someone else who may find themselves in a mirrored situation, what would you tell them?
I think sometimes we get caught up in looking at other people's work for creativity and to inspire us and to motivate us, when really I think we have to look within ourselves and find out what it is that we love, what we like to do, what we're passionate about, and go to the drawing board from there. I think we can get so caught up in Instagram and scrolling the web, and before you know it, you've been scrolling for 3 years and other people are still doing what they're doing, and you're looking for them to inspire you when it's really within yourself. So finding that true, what's the word? I would say, I don't want to say your authentic self, but finding who you are and who you want to be, and then creating that self, creating that person from within yourself.
Right. I mean, because literally that is what I see from your story that you had to do. Because, I mean, again, I really want to touch on this mommy thing, because when I look at you and I see the things that you've been able to do, and your daughter is six now, and you've been on your grind, and you know, like everything, this concept of like securing a bag, being on your grind, and doing all these things. And it's just like, from a person who's doing it currently, people need to hear that, because as you said, you can sit at home and watch people. I mean, the internet for me is kind of like smoke and mirrors, because you can post yourself at your highest quality output,
and that's the only thing people share.
And that's the only thing that people see. They don't know the backstory of knowing, like, right off, just being me, a creative entrepreneur myself, you know, like I can say that I only have 24 hours a day, which everyone has the same 24 hours. But for me, I'm like trying to pack in like as much as I can. And I don't have any kids, and you do, and you doing it.
Yes, that's so important. I think prioritizing is very important, because like, I can't be the best. If I'm not the best for myself, then I can't be the best for my daughter. I can't be the best for my clients. I can't be the best for anyone. So I think that is very important. Like just setting your schedule and letting your schedule run you instead of you running your schedule. Like, I think when you wake up and you don't know what you're doing today, that's when you get lost in the sauce. But when you know, okay, at 6 a.m. I'm working out, at 8 a.m. I'm having breakfast, at 8:30 I'm dropping baby, at 9 o'clock I'm in my office, at 12 o'clock I'm having lunch. And then you go off the schedule, and then when I get home and it's 5 o'clock, okay, that's mommy time. Everything else, this comes second.
Yeah.
So if I'm not making my baby happy, then I can't make anybody else happy. And if she's not happy, I'm not. So, and I want to lead by example so much for her, because it's like she's watching my every move. Like, she wants to be just like me. So it's like I have to give her something to be proud of.
So speaking of things to be proud of, like so far throughout this whole journey, what is one event that just really stands out to the point where you're like, I did that let me know that this is confirmation that I am doing exactly
I think
what
becoming
I
a
need to
mother, for sure. I think that was the biggest shift in my life. It's like I'm responsible for a whole nother life. And it's like right now I'm kind of still depending on my parents. So it was like, no, I need to jump off the porch. Fear is no longer a factor. Like, at this point, I have nothing to lose.
And everything to gain.
Everything to gain. So either you go get it or you get nothing. And so I just stuck with that mentality. And I would say I lose momentum from time to time, and I have to find inspiration from like books that I read or podcasts that I listen to. But I try to only fill my mind with positivity, because we can get so stuck in like the news only really shows and broadcasts like negativity, and it's like, if you get caught up in that whirlwind, you can get stuck there. So I stopped listening to like music that didn't inspire me. I stopped watching reality TV. I stopped looking for like, not confirmation in those things, but really just making that shift to be only have space in my mind for things that can get me to the next level.
Right. That's interesting. I was recently watching an interview that Dick Gregory did before he passed away. And he was saying something on the level of like, the moment you say you can't, that 2 billion cells inside of your body turns to the negative side and already told you can't, so you won't.
It's so true.
You know,
it's so true.
And just hearing that, you know, because I mean, most of the time you say like, stay away from negative energy, be positive about things. But then at the same time, you have these like outrageous shifts that come. Like, it's just like, wow, where did that come from? And it's just like, okay, it's nothing but God tested me. And, you know, like for me, I've gotten to the point where like, I remember I was on my way to an NFL event and I knew I was looking cute. I'm on a conference call trying to finish up with one of my clients. And then I had a radio interview that I was like I said, I'm just trying to pack everything in.
Right.
And I had
24
a
hours.
blowout on the freeway.
Oh.
And I'm like, God, okay, I see you. Devil, nice try, but this is not going to stop me.
Yeah, no.
I called my insurance. I was done in 15 minutes. I made that radio call and the event on time. And so, like, for me, when you said earlier, like, you have to go into self and reflect out of, like, your own, like, energy and inspire yourself. For me, like, sometimes I have to wake up and say, girl, you about to kill this day.
Yes.
And I have this phrase that I run with Yarn Movement called embrace your dopeness. Because, you know, like, it's just like you look for dope things, but it's only your own personal definition of
are the things that make you stand out.
And
those are the things that are going to draw people to you.
Exactly.
Not the similarities that you have with everyone else. Like,
so with you doing the work that you do, right? And understanding what your definition of, like, you know, because we can look at different lifestyle definitions and luxury itself, but it really is a personal persona or a personal definition of what luxury is. So for those who are watching, who are interested in the market of buying a home and are interested in working with you, for instance, what kind of things, like, number one, I think I know you already know who your targeted clientele is because you said it, but you know, what kind of things are you selling? What does that lifestyle look like? And what does luxury mean for you as far as definition goes?
Okay, I think luxury for me means like living I like to say a tailored lifestyle. Like, it starts with, like you said, how you feel about yourself. Like, when you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you get your office feeling good. When you feel like that, then you can attract other people that feel that way. But if it doesn't start with self, then you're already starting off on the wrong foot.
Exactly.
So whatever it is you need to do to get yourself grounded, I would definitely say start there and then handle everything else next. And then with the luxury lifestyle, it's just like it goes with travel, nightlife, dining, homes, interior designs, fashion, certain stores that they like to shop at. And the thing about working with this clientele is, like, they want things right now. And if you're all over the place mentally, you can't service them right now because you have to handle A, B, C, and D. So you have to have all those things already in order. And then they're like really, really demanding. Like, they don't, like, what goes back to the 24 hours. Like, you just told me you needed this an hour ago and I have a priority. Like, no. They all want to be the priority. So I think that managing your lifestyle first before you can manage someone else's is very, very important. And then understanding them on, like, a personal level. Like, okay, are they single? Are they married? Do they have kids? Are they looking for something that's close to where their workplace is? Are they looking for something that they can grow into? Are they looking for something two-story? So knowing them on a personal level, I like to say I like to get to know my clients just as well as I know my brothers, and I know them inside out, so I can answer their questions before they even have them. I'm already sending them stuff like, oh, I think you would like this. Oh, check this out. Do you think you like this? Oh, what don't you like about this? And then go from there.
Versus just pushing options on you. This is what I have in my conglomerate, and this is what you need to take.
No, this is what you can get for this dollar amount, and this is what you can get for this dollar amount. So whichever your preference is, then yeah. But I think I used to struggle with, like, trying to fit this image of how I should look to work with these type of people. And I think that's a big part too, but you need to back it up on the business side of things, no more so than how you look. Like, just because you look good on the outside doesn't mean you can handle my transaction smoothly. Doesn't mean that you can negotiate $1 million deal smoothly just because you look like you know the part. No. I think that was like a changing point for me because, like, I was putting so much emphasis on looking good versus knowing my stuff that I had to kind of reverse those things. So now I weigh out knowing the business side of things over presentation.
Right, because you have to deliver.
Yeah, I have to deliver.
And the type of business you're working in is really highly referral based. And so
reputation is everything. Seriously. Like people in the real estate industry, like I know some people that I've worked with them once, I worked with them twice, but if I just mention their name, it rings bells. Like, oh, people already know what comes with their reputation.
Right.
Some people have no tolerance for the BS. And then some will hold your hand, give you a little leeway. But most of the people in my industry are like older. They're like 40 to 60. And they've been in the industry a long time, like 20 years, 25 years. And so I struggled with that in the beginning, only having 1 year experience or 2 year experience. But if you get that personal referral, they're not looking at experience.
Exactly. So what's one of the things that really makes you stand out from some of your colleagues who have the longevity in the game?
I just think understanding my client's lifestyle, because I've had a front row seat.
I mean, you live it. I mean,
yeah, my whole life. So it's pretty much all I know. So I think that helps me to stand out, and I know how to deal with egos well. I know how to deal with, like I said, time management and task handling. I think that's what helps me stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the part that, like you said, just I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I've been living this, like.
Yeah, I don't have to fake it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I'm just being myself.
All right, so before we take a break, I want you to leave us with like a quote that you live by right now.
Whether or not you believe you can or can't, either one is true.
And there you have it. We'll be right back with FlyGirls. I am your host, S.LadyBug. Thank you for supporting FlyGirls. We are mobilizing the stories of dope women around the world. Wouldn't you like the opportunity to introduce your brand to our listeners? Become a sponsor today. And together, we can share the power of creativity to empower the world. Welcome back to FlyGirls, and we have reached our segment where we like to get our roll on. So I'm co-piloting here with Miss Teirra, and we are going to be rolling yarn balls. Okay.
Okay.
So I have yarn here already pre-selected. We're here in the Bay Area, Warriors. You better be
Bruins too.
Well, there you go.
Bruins.
Oh, that's right. UCLA. Okay, I'll give you that.
Warriors.
And so, crocheting has definitely been like a therapeutic journey outside of it just being the lifestyle that I live. Because I always got yarn in my bag, and it used to be kind of embarrassing sometimes because not because I was embarrassed, but other people would stare so much. But then I realized that those are my moments to have like my interactions with people, and ask them, hey, how you doing? Like, and so what I found through those stories is that people who are looking, they're like, oh my God, my grandmother. It's always like a grandmother. But for me, this is actually therapy. So we're going to start off by, if you find your middle is actually right there. Yeah. Okay. That is the beginning. And so, rolling a yarn ball is like a really direct reflection of where you are in life. Literally, you can get off the phone with one of your friends. You can be, in a space where it's just like it's super frustrating. And I'll grab a ball of yarn because I can wrap everything I'm feeling here. And that's my way of just transitioning out of my body and putting it somewhere else. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so we're going to start by wrapping the beginning around your hand 5 times. And then you're going to take it off. And you're going to wrap in the middle like a little bow tie 5 times. Oh, yeah.
I'll take it completely off. 1.
Okay. And then you are going to fold the 2 ends together like this. And begin to like kind of turn as you wrap because you're making a ball. Okay. So this is like kind of similar to what you would do if, I don't know if you did paper balls before and then you wrap rubber bands around them. But this is just the beginning of a yarn ball. You want to kind of like keep on rolling, meaning the piece that's in your hand. Yeah, kind of like keep on transitioning around. So
nice.
So you have like a perfect ball. And then you want to wrap the other way too.
Okay. Like the long way.
Yeah, the long way.
Okay.
And you want to alternate during that. Okay. And so this is the way of like transitioning how you're feeling, this is like a beginning of crochet therapy.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is real good.
It really works because it's a psychology of like thinking and linking, like your stress levels into a different place. And so you literally transition them here.
Okay.
A lot of people have like their personal vices sometimes where they have to chew gum, they're smoking cigarettes, they're drinking, they're doing something, they're writing, they're singing, and I play with yarn. But I also go around and I teach the same concept to other women, especially because I think that we find ourselves sometimes in these spaces where, it's kind of hard for us to transition our thoughts.
Right.
Because especially society tells us we can't cry.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. It's just like, it's the most empowering thing you could do is cry. Let it out.
Be emotional.
Yeah, but I get it. And so during this time for you, we kind of dove deep a little bit in the last section or segment about, you and your personal journey into real estate and transitioning from being an athlete and, building out this lifestyle that you naturally live. But now we're going to talk about being a mommy, being a woman in leadership. Like, how important is it for you to see women in leadership positions?
I think it's very important. I think that women have a different perspective of things, and we bring such a diversity to what men's side of things and how they see things that we balance out. So I think it's very important, but although I think it sometimes tries to be covered up and tries to get us to play small, and we sometimes can get stuck there, and not just always in business or politics, but relationships as well. And I think that the more we are submissive to those things, the more we do play small. But when we find our power and when we bring it to the table, I think it's very forceful. And I think when we come together, we make a huge impact. And I noticed that like a lot of women right now are doing that, doing just that, running businesses, running homes, meeting husbands halfway. It's not where it's like where we're side to side, but not a step behind. Right. Or shoulder to shoulder. And I think shoulder to shoulder is more impactful than you in front and me behind.
Right.
So,
or there's times where it may be important to be behind, and there may be times where you have to be in front. There may be times you have to carry one another, but I don't think that is a narrative that is pushed so much.
No. I feel like sometimes we see each other as competition or inferior to other women when there's enough out here for everybody.
Yeah.
And what's for you is already for you. So no one can stop your blessings, and you can't stop anyone else's blessings. But the more you focus on yours, the quicker you can get to yours. Right. So it's like
I feel the same way.
Sometimes I know I play small, and
why is that?
It's not a bad place. I don't think it's a bad place to be, because from the small place is where I gain my most momentum and power, because I take a look at myself from the outside in and I'm like, hold on, this isn't right. Something's not adding up. I'm playing small. I'm more powerful for this, more powerful than this. I'm more impactful than this. And I feel like we need to shine our light instead of trying to dim it. And I think sometimes women think that like they can dim another woman's light to make theirs shine brighter, but you're going to shine bright regardless. It's enough for everybody, all of us out here, and we can do more together than we can do as allies.
Right.
So it's like, I'm so on the women empowerment movement, the Black Girl Magic movement. Like, I want to be able to help as many young girls as I can. And I sometimes get torn between doing that because, like I said, my client market is the athletes, entertainers, CEOs, but I don't think that's who I'm naturally drawn to.
Right. And so like with all of those things in mind, what are some of the things that you do for your daughter, just outside of being an example, that she can kind of see and kind of get empowered and influenced to do? I mean, she already wants to be like you, but
I think I just always tell her to be herself.
Right.
And be true to herself. Be a leader. We don't follow people. If someone does something, we don't do something just because someone else does it. We have our own mind, and we stand up for ourselves.
Okay.
And it's okay to be the smartest in the class. We want to be the smartest in the class.
Right.
Yeah. We not the smartest girl, the smartest.
Right.
Not out of the girls. I'm just
Okay.
out of the girls. No, you want to be able to be the best in math out of everyone in the room.
Right.
Not just out of the girls in the room that are in first grade. She's in a first grade, second class. First grade, second class.
Okay, so hold that thought because we have to take another break. Okay. But as our co-pilot has reminded us, don't be afraid to be yourself and be the smartest in the room and be who you are. Okay. Signing out until we come back. Thank you for supporting FlyGirls. We promote sustainable fashion designers and artisans around the globe. Would you like to increase your awareness and expand your reach? Addiction can help. Sign up for the supplier directory today. Embrace your dopeness. Welcome back to FlyGirls. So, sorry, I'm here with this yarn, of course, because it's all over the place, yarn everywhere. And we are here with my co-pilot for today, Teirra Ward. And so, Teirra, just before we end this segment and our journey together, it's been such a wonderful time spending time with you today and taking this journey and getting empowered myself on womanhood and being myself and things like that. Where could people find you?
They can find me on my website. I have a website. It's teirraward.com, and that's where you can find my real estate services. And I'm still building my personal brand, so I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Where to find me there. But I'll be sure to share your information. Yes, please do. And then also, just to kind of like just close people a little bit out, like we kind of touched on it earlier, but I just want to give them a reminder of what you do and what your goal is for as far as your clients go, outside of just making them happy, but just give them like an inside look on what the experience of Teirra Ward looks like. Okay, my goal is to be the first person that they think of when looking to purchase a home anywhere in California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose. I want to be the first person that comes to mind for them. And what my client experience looks like is pretty much tailored to your lifestyle. So I'm very detail orientated. I work hands-on with you personally. Like, I'm not sending you to my admin or to anyone else. I make sure that your experience is taken care of before, after, and during the closing. So if you like, I know some of my clients, they need their stuff moved. They have pets that they need moved. They have cars that they need shipped. And I pretty much just take all of that off their hands so they can focus on what they're good at doing. And it's not that. Right. It's not that at all. Communication, no. So I pretty much communicate all of those things for them. And I enjoy it. I like being able to help them because I know that they have other things that stress them out, and because they don't really have control over their destiny. Like a manager can cut them at any time, or a team, I don't know what it's called, owner. Yeah, team owner. Can wake them up and say, yeah, you're fired. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's running through their mind. The last thing I want running through their mind is if their puppy is okay or their car made it. So I definitely like to take those things off their hands without questions asked. Just do it. Just do it. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for having me. Took some time and made something for you. Oh. From Yarn Movement. So make sure when you wear it, you spread the good word. That's my favorite color. Thank you, Estelle. So it's a scarf, and you can like wear it as a hood, or beautiful. So kind of whatever happens. Yes. And make sure you tag Yarn Movement, of course. Will do. I'm embracing my dopeness. Yes, embracing your dopeness, and I'm definitely going to use this rolling things out. You gotta get your roll on sometimes. You gotta get your roll on. That's roll over it, get over it, move past it. Keep it moving. Don't let it stop you, because especially for you. You got a business that you can't stop. If you're doing tailored services, and people are calling you and they want now, you don't have no time. You don't. For the, what do you call it? The stint. Yeah, exactly. No time for it. You don't. Not at all. So again, thank you so much for coming. And everyone, this is again our co-pilot for today, Teirra Ward. I am your host and head pilot S.LadyBug here on FlyGirls, and we totally look forward to the next episode. Again, more women doing positive things in the community, and you get to hear an inside scoop on their stories, their journeys, and just some top tips that they can share with you of how they've made it through to get to where they are today and moving forward. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm signing out.